everybody, and welcome to the beginning of the end for Mid-Ohio as we are here at main event number 1 as all the qualification is done as we are here for the big races now. 38 drivers will start in the field, but only one can be a champion. On the pole, William Brock taking it on row 1. This is his 5th pole of the season because of his heats. He won his heat the fastest of the 2 heats, so he's the pole. Adam Vincent starts 2nd. Johan Arndt and Stephen Thompson on row 2, which is very impressive out of these two. Then on row 3 we have Vance Caldwell, who needs to turn his championship around alongside Paul Jackson, the highest of the championship rivals. And in row 4, we have the next of the championship rivals, James Constantine, who is currently 2nd in points, hunting after Zachary Fitzwater alongside Scott Roush, who also needs to turn his championship around. On row should be 5. Yeah, on row 5 it's Audra Baranowska's, who had a very impressive early season when she was replacing team owner William Brock, and was given the ride for Mid-Ohio and is very impressive here today, alongside John Arndt, whose career has been going a lot better since last season. On row 6 is David Delafave in that 2-car for Clever Haas Racing, their one-off driver, alongside points leader Zachary Fitzwater. In row 7 we have Trek Tauger, the highest of the Trailblazer cars. He could be a huge threat for this as he got 2nd. He did get 2nd in this event last season alongside Carson Bowers, who already has 2 wins to his name this season. Then it's Dan Server, the one-off driver for Epic Motorsports, alongside Nick Pericles, who won 2 races last season but doesn't have a single win to his name this season. On row 9 we have Roman Rahal, who won the season opener this season alongside Lorenzo Log, who didn't qualify for this race last season. On row number 10, it's Jeffrey Finguy, in the top 10 in points, very impressive, and Kyle Collins, whose season has been going decent. Then on row 11, it's Annie Thomas, the female driver in the field, the only main female driver in the field, alongside Sebastian Torres, who recently picked up his first career win. Then it's Sean Angel for Trailblazer Motorsports, alongside Chris Dodd, the reigning Sunoco Royale champion. Then on row 13, it's Eugene DeMax, who dominated his semi, looking very confident today, alongside Max Anderson with that new 43 design. Then it's Philip Scott making his return to the Sunoco Elite Series in his first official event, alongside Pinocchio Young, Rookie of the Year contender. And a row full of rank A's, Alexander Rowe and Eric Monaco, if I can get a good view, of Eric Monaco. These two have a lot of time to make up if they want to win this race. Then it's William Duncan, who looks decently strong, but the Red Stallion car really dragging him down, alongside Benoit Ravine, who just barely missed out in the heats. Then it's DJ Curtis, got last in his semi and has not been looking as strong as his teammates today, but could make it up in the long run. And then it's PJ Karenko, the last of the rank A's, sitting all the way back on the 3rd to last row. He has a lot of time to make up if he wants to win. Then it's Tommy Turbo, the winner of the LCQ, as he's the last of the Team Flame cars, the only one who didn't qualify through the heat, so has to impress his team to be able to stay. Alongside Gerard Aron, the last of the Trailblazers. And on the final row, I believe it's row 19, Rom Mooney starts on the inside after an impressive LCQ, was able to fend off Zach Smith, who starts right beside him because Laughter Stukel made a mistake in the LCQ and was forced out. As we're about to get set to go green, lots of threats through this field. The one I'm looking at mainly, Trek Tauger. Like said, even though Chris Dodd won it, he's a lot further up than Chris Dodd, and he's in that Honda, which this may be his final chance in the Honda to be really good, because at the end of the season, there's talk about removing manufacturer upgrades, so all the manufacturers may become even, but that is an uncertainty at the time. But if it comes to that, this may be Trek Tauger's final chance to really shine at this road course, as he's already done it once. And then obviously Chris Dodd, who showed so much grit here last season, got a fifth and a fifth. Vance Caldwell's off. We're going to have to restack the start, but we'll get back to these guys in just a moment. Back to what I was saying, Chris Dodd, a fifth and a fifth in both of his main events. That was very impressive, and that's what let him take it away. To show how the average works, it's not technically an average. Basically, we take your 2 finishing positions in each of the main events and add them together. That'll create your score. For Chris Dodd last season, it was a 5 and a 5, so his score was a 10. Then it's like golf, where the lowest score is the winner, because that means that you finished up the highest. So the lower your score, the better position you're in, meaning you don't want to finish down here, which a lot of people predict Rob Mooney is going to go. A lot of people think that Rob Mooney right at the start is going to drop back, be all alone. We'll have to see if he can prove them wrong and actually get a decent position, maybe even a points position. But I highly doubt it with the field that we have here today, full of all these one-off drivers. As the only non-rank D that didn't qualify, Aiden Shepard, did not make the main event. Sadly, we're going to be missing Aiden Shepard today, the 2-time winner of the series, and that might be his Season 2 championship basically over, because he's going to basically lose out on the chance at 240 points, which is a lot. But William Brock is getting the chance of his life to lead this field down to the green flag for his 5th time this season. That is record-breaking. This is the first time in history anyone has gotten 5 poles in one season, and he did it on round 13 out of 21, so he could still get more poles before the season's out. He is one of the best qualifying kings we got out here, and he's got his teammate alongside him in all WBM front row. Johan Arndt, I believe that's his best starting position in 3rd, so we'll have to see, can Johan Arndt make it to the front early and take this race away? It'll be a rematch between Brock and Johan, I believe, maybe later in this race. But 2 corners to go, and William Brock will lead them to the green flag for main event 1, 30 laps. This is going to be a big one. Green flag is out at Mid-Ohio. This is the big one. This is no heat. This is no qualification. This is the real deal. As William Brock gets the start he needed. Johan Arndt getting a good start as well. He's going to take 2nd. Great jump out of the inside lane. As we go around this hairpin, that is turn 2. Brock runs it wide. Here comes Johan Arndt. And Johan Arndt going for the lead. Vincent going for 2nd because Brock ran it wide. And now Vincent for 1st. He's not going to get it done. It's going to be Johan Arndt for the time being. This will, I believe, be the first laps he's led in his career if he can actually lead the lap. But he's got Adam Vincent, the Portland winner, breathing down his neck. And then he's got William Brock, who has recently won a race as well. I believe he was the Michigan winner, I'm not sure. And, he was able to get the corner good, so Johan Arndt will most likely lead this lap. Roush runs it wide, so that's going to give a few positions. No, it does not, actually. So he's going to be able to hold on. Roush in the wall! Oh, that is not how you want to start out Mid-Ohio. And Johan Arndt's going to lead the first lap. What happened to Roush? As he was coming down after he ran wide, so he's trying to come down. Arndt has to check up. Oh! And Team Flame's day does not start well. John Arndt that was by his own hands there. He got a little too eager on his teammate. That's going to be some talk in the garage. To Annie Thomas and Benoit have damage. What happened there? There were a few crashes, I believe. Here's one between Annie Thomas and Eugene DeMax. Eugene would get out of this perfectly fine, I think. Yeah, he would. Eugene would drive away with really not that much damage. Just a little push and a little hesitation between him and DJ Curtis, so they'll have some time to make up, but I don't believe that's enough damage for Eugene DeMax to drop out, so Eugene should be fine. What happened to Benoit? So here's Benoit. He has Zach Smith would go around up ahead. He'd hit that wall trying to avoid and slam into the back. Oh, he would really just lose the car straight into the back, and that's Benoit Lavine's day done. Very, very chaotic start. I don't see Rob Mooney. Yes, I do. Mooney's in a points position. Impressive. Wow. Mooney actually trying to do something. Because after that penalty, there are a lot of people trying to just shun him out after what he did. And he's trying to make it back up, and he's trying to keep himself in the series. And now would be the chance to do it, impress some people in Mid-Ohio. So even though Benoit's day is done, let's check on, that would be Trek Tauger. I don't see where 12th is, and 12th actually got past him. Yeah, that's Pericles. And Lorenz runs it wide, so that's another position for Tauger. That's 12th. Fitzwater has made up some spots. He's now 8th, right behind Constantine in 7th. But Jackson just made the move for 3rd on his teammate. Now they have Brock here, Jackson here, Vincent here. Monaco is 25th. There's been a lot of talk that maybe they might remove him from the team, but it's all rumors. And Torres runs it wide. Not sure if that was him either. What happened there? This was all him. He should have checked up, but he didn't. No one else got involved, only Torres, so that was just all Torres. Nothing to worry about. Philip Scott's day not starting that bad. Up in 22nd, that's still a points-paying position. Even though points don't matter too much to him, that's still something to be proud of at the moment. Especially with the car he's driving. But he could very well make it up. Here's Chris Dodd, who's fighting for the 20th position. The Mid-Ohio champion. He knows how to make it through the pack. But he made that up in the 88 car. Now he's in the 3 car. So, will the 3 car fare any different? The last person who drove the 3 car was Zach Smith back in Season 1. Where his luck wasn't amazing in this 3 car. Dodd, on the other hand, is doing the exact opposite. Dodd's career has been going pretty well in that 3 car. Technically speaking, here's the car that won last season. Kyle Collins 88, since it was the 88 last season, as Collins took over that car. Ooh, fighting up here. Audra Baranowskas versus Trek Tauger. Audra. This isn't her debut start, so if she wins, it would not be another person who won on their debut. Since, like I said, it's not her debut. Ooh, Constantine ran it wide. That's going to close Fitzwater as the championship rivals are starting to meet up. But Jackson, though, Johan Arndt remains out front. So even though John, close relative of his, is out, I believe, John Arndt is sticking safe up in the 1st position. Could Clever Haas take away this win in Mid-Ohio, but WBM really wanting it. I made a prediction pre-race that it would be WBM who would take it away, especially because they're so dominant out here. Ever since Brock came back, these guys have been absolutely dominating these past few races. closing that gap between them, Fitzwater Study Racing, and Epic Motorsports, as Epic Motorsports sits in 6th and 7th, along with the 4-car 25th. Torres right beside him in 24th, and then Dan Server, who I believe is right in the middle of them, 16th. So their day's going average. WBM has 3 of them in the top 5, and Monaco in 23rd. After Season 1, Monaco's performance just hasn't improved, as there is Sebastian Torres trying to make a move on the WBM car. That would help their championship, as Gerard Aron's been making up some decent spots too. He's up in 26, trying to make the move on Rowe. As these Trailblazer cars, I believe Benoit is out, and Curtis is out. Max is still in this. He had to pit, but he is still in this, and he's now running 125.7s, which ain't bad. Fastest lap on track though was out of Thompson just now at a 124.454. These guys are running faster laps than they did in the heats and semis and LCQ. The laps they're running right now are the fastest we've seen all weekend long. As Stephen Thompson right now has the fastest time in 5th position. Oh, Johan! What happened? I think I know what happened. We've seen this before, 2 separate races before, but I didn't think we'd see it here. Yep, that is a gearbox issue. He tried to shift up, but it did not shift, and the RPMs flew through the roof, and from the lead position, Johan Arndt is done. Devastation out of the Arndt family. Vincent now is in a golden position. Now here's a question. Does he help his teammates championship? He could let his teammate by, help his teammates championship, still give his team the win. Or does he help his own? I'd say help my own in this situation, because he's already second, and he's already a few positions above his championship rivals anyway. So what's the harm in just taking this position? This would be his 2nd win of the season, joining the ranks of Lorenzo Log and Carson Bowers this season of 2 wins. Johan Arndt still in the pits. We do believe that Johan will return to the track eventually, but they have to just get that gearbox replaced. Because that's exactly what happened to Dodd at Old Spice, where he tried to shift up and the car just RPM'd through the roof. We're not sure if he's going to be returning to the track. That's just an uncertainty. I'm very impressed with Rob Mooney actually being able to keep up with these guys. He's running faster laps than he ran in his in the LCQ as well. So everyone just running faster than they were before. Philip Scott's trying to claw his way into the top 20. Trying to bring Monaco with him. And there's Johan! Johan returns to the track a lap down, but he's still here nonetheless. What's scary though is this means he's probably going to be starting near the front in main event 2, so if a few more people crash and he gets a points position, this could help him. Because Johan Arndt, he's going to get back up to speed, and he's just going to be just as fast as these guys, if not faster. Johan had a fast car today. And just that gearbox issue was just a... Oh. Wait, I'm getting word. Alright, no, that was not a gearbox issue. That was a battery issue. He didn't have enough charge on his battery, and that's why he coasted. I apologize. I thought it was a gearbox issue because it looked the same as Dodge did in Old Spice. But that was actually just a battery issue. Just could not make it back to pit road. Didn't have enough voltage to keep it running. They got that battery replaced. They got him back out on track. So Johan, actually the gearbox is unaffected, so this can make him just as fast as he was before. Oh, I don't think Steven Thompson wants this 1-2-3 out of WBM, and he's going to try to challenge. Vincent, though, is just so fast today. He could be in a key position, because not only would this help his championship, it would help his entire team's championship. They don't need this points, though. They really don't need it, because they're pretty much rank A no matter what, but if they really want it, they can go for it. Fitzwater Australia Racing as well, as some of the teams we're looking at to maybe file a challenge, as we thought it would be Clever Haas, because they had Johan out front. Now their first member is Lorenzo Logan, ninth, which he's still pretty threatening. He's running decent lap times. Trek Tauger, 125.1, he recently pulled his fastest, but Audra's pulling faster. As Sebastian Torres will be fighting with Philip Scott, and he would not check up, and he would turn. This would lead a little bit of damage for Young and a lot of damage for Karenko. This would help both Mooney's and Sean Angel's game as well, but bad luck for them. Constantine's still in the 124s, as this pack is all starting to bunch up. 125.8s. These guys maybe push their tires a little too much, as we expect a pit stop relatively soon. We expect it to be a one-stop race, as last year it was very pit stop heavy, but now it seems that they've been able to upgrade the tires since last season. That's why these cars have been running a lot longer stints, is they did upgrade the tires from last season to be a little more durable. Just a harder compound this season. They may go back to the softs. I do see Karenko still in the pits, as there's Vincent across the line right now. Everyone is catching except for Caldwell, but it's fine. As Carson Bowers versus Zachary Fitzwater. Carson wants a win. Last season, if you remember, in this main event, Carson Bowers was the person who had an absolutely insane short pit strategy, and it almost worked. Oh no. We're good. Lorenzo Log knows how to drive. He knows how to back off when he needs to. He's one of the biggest professionals, as after this race there will be announcements of drivers who will be joining in next season, teams, and all the signing for season 3 will begin at the end of this race. So this is your last huge chance to really impress. There's already some team owners saying they're already confirming stuff. They'll wait till, as the regulation states, you have to wait till after Mid-Ohio to announce it. That doesn't mean you aren't allowed to confirm it to yourself. You just have to talk to your drivers, and once Mid-Ohio's over, they're finally probably going to be announcing their big driver chances, as Vincent and Jackson are stepping it up again. Seems that they had a little more in the tank than we thought they did. As Constantine runs it wide, and there goes his teammate Caldwell. Alright, so now that gives Fitzwater another position, as the Epic Motorsports cars are staying out. The WBM cars, on the other hand, are coming in, along with the Fitzwater cars. Oh, but Audra stayed out, so seems that a little bit of split strategy. This is a huge chance for some people, but for some reason, a lot earlier than we thought. Maybe it's actually strategy. Oh, Duncan and Turbo having a little incident on pit road. As Vincent's out first, Jackson, Brock, Thompson, any changes in the order, Carson Bowers, then it's Fitzwater, Pericles, Log, Tauger, Dodd, Delafov, some of the Trailblazers coming in through here. As right now, your current leader, Vance Caldwell, just trying to make it around again. As these guys are trying a whole different strategy with Audra Bernowska's, Kyle Collins, Dan Server, and Scott Roush. Eric Monaco, Johans, technically not. Philip Scott, Pinocchio Young, as Vincent's not far. As there's Caldwell, there's Constantine. Anyone gonna try to go further? That would be insane. Bernowska's, Collins, Server, Roush. Johan will go further. Maybe he did take tires, just stuck behind people. And that puts Vincent back in a position. Oh. Johan, yeah. Vincent's out. Jackson's out. Brock's out. There's Thompson. Will he outrun him? Yes, he will. That should be Thompson in fourth. Caldwell, Constantine, these two have been a dynamic duo all season. Carson Bowers, Audra Bernowska's made up a lot of position there. Zachary Fitzwater, Kyle Collins, Nick Pericles, Lorenzo Log, Chuck Tauger now moves down a little bit. There's a big pack back here now. There's that Constantine Caldwell duo. These two have been working together all season. They worked together at Road America mostly. And they're back again. Carson Bowers now all alone. Like I said, after running that insane strategy in main 1 of last season, almost getting it done, but had a bad pit stop, ended up dropping them back, I believe. Audra Bernowska is here. Fitzwater still in the top 10, but he's still losing time. Tauger's dropped to 14th behind Dodd. And Gerard 24th. So that's pretty much what's changed. Especially Fitzwater. But nothing's changed up here. Right now, Adam Vincent, still your leader out front, but it's not that far back to Jackson. Can Jackson use this pit stop as momentum to carry him back to the front? It looks like, yeah, Jackson and Vincent are starting to kick it up a little bit. As Constantine just not running fast laps. He may be losing momentum. Fitzwater's not having good lap times. Tauger's just... yeah, he's in a decent position. I wouldn't say he's in a bad position right now. He could still win the overall, but it's still a stretch because the winning overall last season was a 10 and he's already at a 14. So it's still a stretch. 1:24.407. That is the fastest lap. Adam Vincent. Caldwell pulling his fastest. Constantine not. Carson Bowers is. Which amazes me because these guys are in Dodges, which are minus 20 on the road course, and Carson Bowers is still in 7, and Stephen Thompson's still in 4th. As I definitely think next season, Stephen Thompson may have a seat in the main driver position somewhere, because he is just impressing everyone. 4th place right now. He's the highest of the Fitzwater Australia racing cars. He's the highest of any driver that isn't WBM. As right now WBM is absolutely dominating like they did in Portland. But can Vincent hold off his teammates who are running a little bit slower than him, but not much? Something like what happened to Johan Arndt could happen too. Wow. Vincent disagrees though. He just pulled a lap that's 8/10 faster than his teammate, Jackson. and still 4/10 faster than Brock. No one is pulling laps even close to what Vincent's pulling. There is Johan Art in the pits. There's Vincent in the pits. This is early. What? What is happening? It's happening again. Everyone pits. Audra stays out like before. Fitzwater's in. Collins and Pericles, so CJ Racing. Tauger. Will Monaco join his teammates on pit road? No, because a lot of the people back here are deciding to stay out, as the people up front, this may not have been the best position for them to be in right now. He's got better tires though, but now he'll be in the middle of a big pack, which will drain his tires. This puts Caldwell and Constantin 1 and 2. Baranowski's 3rd. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. This could go any way. This could go Caldwell's way, or it could go right back to Vincent, which Vincent isn't up to speed just yet. Caldwell, are you going to do it this time? No. What about his teammate? No. Audra? No. There was some crazy weird strategy out of those WBM cars because no one else wants to come in just yet. I don't see the benefit of doing that. I really don't. I think that was a huge mistake out of the WBM cars. Yeah, I think that's an absolutely ginormous mistake. They shouldn't have done that because now they're mid-pack. Now they're losing time in the middle of the pack as Caldwell Constantin, however, are having a good race overall. Still being caught by Audra Baranowskis, but that's besides the point. But this could very well go to the Epic Motorsports cars now. Epic Motorsports with Caldwell, their team owner, got 3rd in the overall last season, so he's definitely a threat to win it out here. But he is in a Toyota, so... Oh, Constantin. Wow. He ran that one real wide. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I don't know who made that call, but the WBM cars short pit by a long shot. They're gonna be able to make it to the end, don't get me wrong, but I don't know what in hell they are trying. They had the lead. They could have stretched it and done the same thing, but I think they were fearing other people doing that strategy, like Fitzwater, who did do the strategy, who, like I said, is nowhere in sight. He's all the way near the bottom. And the next one who did it, Stephen Thompson, isn't that far, but he's still decently far. And Constantin and Caldwell are just running. This may have been the biggest mistake they could have made, and they may have just thrown it away. As there's Caldwell coming up the hill. I'm not sure how this one's going to work out. I really don't. I did not expect that. Caldwell, is he going to come in just yet? No. This is what we expected people to do. Honestly speaking, I am just mesmerized at the stupidity. That was a very stupid move by the WBM cars. Very. That was not what they needed to do. They needed to stay out, they needed to stretch it with the others, and they needed to pit with the others. They did not need to pit at that moment, and that may have just thrown it to Caldwell. And we don't even know if Caldwell can make it to the end. He might be able to. I doubt it, but he might. He's staying out still. Constantin, they came in at the same time. Will they split their strategy? No, they're still running the same strategy. Audra's staying. Collins, Pericles, Lorenz, and obviously Vincent. But then again, Vincent's back on his rampage. 124s, even in the middle of the pack, as they're with their teammate now. Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know who's got this. If Caldwell can make it to the end, he's pretty much got it. There's no one in sight. 7 seconds. He's got it as long as he can just hold off to the end. If he does come in, I think it might actually throw it back to Vincent. So if it comes down to it, Caldwell or Constantine pits, Vincent will pass them. Whoever pits ahead of Vincent will get passed by Vincent. 16 seconds is not enough to get in their pit and get out ahead of Vincent. Jackson maybe, but Vincent no. Right now it's Vance Caldwell versus Adam Vincent. That's what this is. If Caldwell pits, Vincent wins. If Caldwell does not pit, Caldwell wins. Right now, 2 laps to go for Vance Caldwell. And it's because of a stupid move played by WBM by trying a short pit strategy. That did not work out at all. The thing is, will Caldwell throw it to his teammate? Will he pit to give his teammate and second in points, James Constantine, a chance at the points lead? Is that a possibility right now? As after this, we're going to be reversing the order. So this will put Caldwell and Constantine in the back, and they'll have to work together to get to the front. This will be putting DJ Curtis and Benoit Laveravine in all Trailblazer front row, so this may be a good points haul for them. If they can get through today. If they can get through what happened here. But James Constantine and Vance Caldwell were just spoon-fed. They were spoon-fed this win. I highly disapprove of what WBM did. And they could have done so much more. They could have stayed in this game, but they didn't. WBM played a stupid move, and it did not work. 1 lap to go for Vance Caldwell. This will be his second win of his career, I believe, and the second win of the season for him. I'm not exactly sure. But Collins and Pericles, 4th and 5th, just working with their teammate who is down below. Vincent, you shouldn't have done that, buddy. Jackson, shouldn't have done that. And Brock, you shouldn't have done that. Fitzwater is probably doomed to lose his points lead. But what interests me is, did they do this for the long run? Because this way, their teammate, Monaco, was able to get up to the front. This puts all of their cars at the front, and maybe this could have been a strategy. But going for the overall wise, right now, Caldwell is in a key position. 2 corners to go. And through the last 2 corners, and Vance Caldwell is going to take Mid-Ohio main event 1. He takes the victory at Mid-Ohio. James Constantine, because of the stupid WBM strategy, they're going to take away 2nd. WM's going to take away 3rd with Audra, though. Collins and Pericles 4th and 5th. Then WBM's Vincent was 6th, Dan Server 7th, Jackson 8th, Roush 9th, and Monaco will take 10th. I don't know what was going through the head of the WBM team. I don't know what they were thinking with that short pit, but it did not work. And no way in hell that was going to work. There was no way in hell that that was going to work, and it didn't. And Vance Caldwell, because of it, is going to be the beneficiary. Especially Constantine, though, because 2nd is going to help his points championship, because Jackson finished 8th and Fitzwater finished 19th. So this gives Konstantin probably the points lead as of now, in a really good position in the points going into main event 2 for the overall for their team. But that could change. Congratulations to Caldwell and Konstantin. Let's go look at your finishing results. So it's Vance Caldwell taking the victory here at Mid-Ohio main event 1. Konstantin 2nd, Audrey Baranowskis 3rd, Collins 4th, Pericles 5th, Vincent 6th, Server 7th, Jackson 8th, Roush 9th, and Monaco 10th. What I'm wondering was this a strategy to put them ahead of the Epic Motorsports cars going into main 2? That could be what they're trying. Fitzwater is going to be ahead of all of them, but it's going to be an all Trailblazer front row for main 2. Then it's going to be a Cover Haas, a Team Flame, and a Epic Fitzwater and an Epic Motorsports behind. DeMax, after that bad luck at the start, did not finish in a points position. Mooney, however, did. He actually got 29th and will start near the front in main event 2. Again, I don't know why Vincent, Jackson, and Brock did that. It may be explained later, but that's main event 1. We're going to go to main event 2. That'll, like I've said before, that's going to be for another day. Thank you guys for coming out here. Beautiful day here, and we'll see you guys in main event 2. Which will be later. Ciao.